Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is KarQ, and I recently stumbled upon a montage of this EU ball player called, well, Ball, and honestly I was so impressed at his mastery of the hero that I had him join me in today's video.
Hey, I'm Ball _ Overwatch. I'm a 4.6k ball player, and I'm also the most avoided player on EU.
We're going to be teaching you 5 wrecking ball techs that I almost guarantee none of you have tried or seen before. So let's start off with the first one, the double boop.
Shield in 2.
What the f-
Yeah. You good?
Jesus. He double booped me, dude.
The double boop is a powerful ball tech that allows you to effectively double your boop distance and surprise the enemies who otherwise think they're in a safe position.
The helix, boom. You don't. Oh, you see? You see? This is what I'm saying.
It's also really good for damage as it allows you to deal 50 damage per boop, allowing you to quickly do a 100 damage burst. One really good matchup is against Baptiste, because his immortality field leaves enemies at 20% of their health. So if the enemy is 200 HP, you can boop them once out of the immortality field, and then you can boop them again to one-shot them. To perform the double boop, start with a long grapple ahead of their position. Roll into them with Fireball and boop them once. Tap S or down immediately to slow down enough to lose the Fireball, and then press W or forward to ignite your Fireball again. The key here is that Fireball starts at 15 meters per second and stops if you go below that. That means if there's a Lucio on your team, it can mess up your timings. Now that you understand how the double boop works, you can apply the same principle and add some variation combos. Here's a triple boop, which is extremely hard to do because you need a perfect grapple distance, but I've only ever hit it 3 times in game, so it's not exactly very practical.
Oh wait, what? What? Wait, what? Oh. What the fuck? This dude just got booped to f***ing Africa.
Triple boop.
I don't know either.
As well as that, it's possible to do a quad boop, but good luck.
So if you're not impressed yet with the double or multi-boop, check out the second one. This is called the 180-degree rebound.
The 180 rebound tech is used to boop enemies without giving them a chance to react to your change in direction. It can be either used to boop them off the map or to boop them into your ultimate like so. To do this, step 1 is to grapple anywhere as long as it's not super high, unless you might start swinging. You want to be on the ground the entire time. Step 2 is to press W or forward into the wall. From here, there are 2 ways to do step 3. The first way is just before you hit the wall, you let go of W, then the moment you hit the wall, you need to 180 turn and press W again. Once you're moving again, you can detach the grapple just before you get Fireball. The second way is just to press S or backwards when you hit the wall without the camera turn. This is good for people with low sensitivities or who play on console. Once again, detach when you're just about to Fireball or else you'll spring right back. One of my favourite things to do is bait enemy Lucios or balls near the edge and just hold down my power drive button. That means I can't get booped off the moment they boop me. Then immediately I'll 180 rebound them off a nearby wall and hit them with the Uno reverse card. One easy variation of this is that you don't necessarily need to do the 180 turn. You can do 90-degree rebounds or whatever angle you want to.
Next up on the list is the wall jump.
The wall jump isn't a new Hammond tech as players have been using it for a while. But I thought I'd include it because it's one of the easier ones to do and you don't need your grapple to do it. As the name implies, the wall jump is simply using a wall to get enough height to power drive, and it's basically just all about timing. To do this, you've simply got to roll at a wall, and as soon as you hit the wall, press the opposite movement key to the way you're moving. So if you're pressing W, you press S, or if you're pressing A, you press D, and you want to jump at the exact same time. So you can even do it on slanted walls, objects, or even enemy players. People used to think it was a difficult tech, but by pressing the opposite movement key you can make it about 10 times more consistent.
And with that, let's move on to tech number 4, which is called the bounce.
The bounce involves the use of Fireball and immediately jumping the moment you hit any slanted wall or object. This gives you insane vertical height for a power drive. It's basically a wall jump on steroids and it's amazing for surprising enemies across the map. Now, unlike wall jumps, you can't bounce off enemy players, because when you're in Fireball, you end up booping them instead. To counter this, we use a different tech called the Fireball Cancel Bounce. To bounce without booping, you can't be in Fireball, so there are 2 ways to do this while maintaining speed. The first is by using your ultimate. Notice how you automatically lose Fireball when you cast your ultimate. So when you have your ult up, roll into the enemy and jump and use your ult at the exact same time, while holding down the power drive button. The second way to do this without using your ultimate is by jumping and leaving ball form just before you hit the enemy while holding down pile driver. Now when put all together, you can pull off a boop into a fireball cancel bounce like so. You can also combo this with a double boop to do a 200 damage combo. The last tech is called the Toronto Cake. This allows you to get a quick instant pile driver in an open space without needing to swing around or bounce off an object. To do this, roll backwards for a split second before grappling high up on a wall and jumping. This will give you enough height to instantly pull off a pile drive. This tech is very situational because it leaves you with no cooldowns, so it's best used in 1v1s where you have to kill the enemy. But yeah, I would never use this in a group of 6 enemies unless you want to be on a perma-int list.
And that's it for the Ball techs. Hope you guys learned something. Thank you, Ball Overwatch, for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time.
Thanks everyone for watching. You can find me at twitch.tv/ball_Overwatch.